1, 2, 3, yes.
Check, check. Hey, hey, action. Can you hear me? You say it's weird with the headphones? Let's get rid of the headphones. Shata tzodek, tzodek. So we're here outside of YUVAL. Pavel, thank you for being here with me, brother.
I'm really happy to be here. I feel like this is a place that I'm supposed to be every day, like home. It's like we are a family.
So tell us a little bit about who is Pavel Zarecki. So it's producer, husband, father, friend.
First of all, I feel like just to say to God how I'm grateful and just a very small what I can do after He saved me. So I'm producer and keyboard player and pianist for more than 35 years now. I work with many secular artists that have big names in Polish industry. Also, I worked with people in States, in UK, like Grammy awarded guys. And also, for many years, I'm also involved in many projects with believers here in Israel and mostly in Poland. So yes, that's me.
So what would you say your style of music is?
Generally, I think I like to link or to glue vibes or sounds or styles that are on both worlds, like very acoustic and organic and electronic. And I think it's great nowadays with technology. We have amazing opportunity to really do so. Many times I even can't describe myself what I'm doing, but generally I'm trying to link things that many times for the first like eardrop or how I don't know how to say oh you can't link this, like, so I'm not afraid of producing any styles. I produced even like a hard metal, like new metal things. I produce jazz. I produce a lot of like acoustic music, but also electronic.
You have a very special way of organizing.
Let me give me a hug.
Yalla, boy. We'll be right back. So that was Yael, that you're also producing her song for. But I was saying that you have a special way of being able to see the whole picture, to know, okay, did we get the take? Did we not get the take? But also organizing the musicians and what each one of their parts. And also like that you were producing one of my songs, and you really put me at ease.
I think there are a few factors. One factor is about the experience. Some things you just know because of experience, like 35 years. And other thing is, I think, some kind of gift that God is giving. I learned how to be a guy who inspires people, and I'm still learning it, That's why I love working with people, to inspire them, to bring peace, to take the burdens from them so they can feel they have space to create as an artist what they supposed to create. But also pushing somebody who can't go up in the mountain, you just go behind him and actually like try to help him finish his his goal. When we were producing these songs, I already had this assurance that we supposed to do this second song of yours, because when I listened to it and I listened to the words, I completely knew that this is song for nowadays.
No, I totally agree. Worship also is meant for times of war, like we're going through in Israel now, and like the music has a way of it being encouraging to the heart, and the way that you inspired me to keep going. And we had everything, like we say in Israel, was a balagan. It was a mess, and I had a bad headache and like different things and power outages. I say, okay, maybe we'll just do the other song. You're like, no, man, we're gonna do this song. I felt very much at ease also while we were doing it. And I want to tell a little bit about the story where we first met in person.
You need to tell me, because I already like it.
So that
My brain is already like
it's all blur. So I'll tell. I was here at YUVAL. We were building a studio here, and I was thinking, this is kind of like a crazy thing, but we built a studio, and so we have a place, but we didn't have the gear, to go with it. And so a little bit after that, you were here doing something with Joshua Aaron, or...
It was actually Garden Tomb live concert. There is on YouTube the whole concert, and I think it was amazing time.
You knocked at the door here, and I was here at YUVAL, and I didn't know you were coming.
It's like a Bible story.
And you came to the door with 2 big bags, and you're like, I'm here to put the gear in the studio. And I opened the door, and I'm like, okay, welcome. And you brought a bunch of really cool gear. For me, that was like a confirmation, from the Lord that this was the right thing to do. And so our hearts are very connected in that way, that we want to support artists and create a place of opportunity. And we're talking like top of the line stuff, like vintage gear, mics from the 50s. Tell us a little bit about the gear, the analog stuff that you have.
When I came here, I choose like the gear that it's really like a top, like a custom made, checked in the bottle, And I think it's important to have good sounding studio gear so we can concentrate on music. It's interesting because, I am sharing with my gear here, but it seems like God is blessing me more in Poland. Like many times when I come here with some new stuff, like God is giving me like a more. So it's interesting. It's like I came here like with half of my studio, and now like I'm like even having even more stuff.
That is so awesome, man. All that gear is being put to a lot of work here. So that's where our hearts were connected, wanting to create opportunity for artists to produce their music and to give them the tools, and you really give them a lot of your time and your attention and your experience, and connecting them with other musicians in Poland. And so really it's been a blessing to see all the music coming out, the new music in this time. And so now we're looking forward to the future. We call it Shaping Sound.
I just want to add 2 things. I believe that, as we say also in Poland, I think my father says like God's meals, for like a flavor, are crush the grain slowly but very precise. It's maybe slower. Maybe sometimes we think, oh, we wanted to have everything right now, but I think also God is shaping our character. So that's why when we use this shaping sound. Shaping humans. That's the whole motto of the team. I think it's also to shape us, our character, when we sometimes wait for the things. That's the same like with the songs. Sometimes songs need to be like digested and needs like time.
Especially in what we're doing, worship and the arts and recording, producing. There's this urgency of, things need to be fast. Maybe even a little bit of competition can come in, and to take away that peace, that we have in just being able to hear from the Lord and create together in harmony. It's a battle where you're saying, okay, I want to do this. I want to do bigger things. I feel that a lot. Also for myself, but also for YUVAL. It's like I would want YUVAL to be the, whatever. But it's like the Lord has shown me again and again that it's all in His time. And He's doing much more. Like you're saying, you're releasing gear for us to use. And then He blesses you on the other side more than you had thought and had planned. If you have a word or two about that also.
Yeah, about competition, I think God once showed me, especially in the music, in the music industry, there's huge rat run and competition, and something that it's really like shouldn't be in worship music, because as he says, don't copy the world, that we shouldn't be like like the world. For me it's also about this. And first of all, the first competition in the Bible was about Cain and Abel. So competition is about brother blood, in a spiritual way, not like you kill somebody, but yes, yeah, but it was a competition because it's he is better than me. God chosen him. I think this is something that enemies uses many time in a believer's world to destroy. And this is something that we really need to be aware and check our hearts. There is amazing prayer, I think, in Psalm 139, that on the very end he says, God, check me,
Okay, so it's Psalm 139:23. Search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me and know my anxieties, and see if there is any wicked way in me, and lead me in the way of everlasting.
Like anxiety is something that a lot of modern world is now struggling with. A lot of young kids, young youth, artists, all this anxiety thing, and for me it's very powerful prayer. So many times when I see my heart is kind of going astray, I say, oh, this guy like just released amazing music. I'm stuck with in my home, whatever, all these like Instagrams and social media really like even making it bigger. Yeah, exactly. It's not about them, it's not about me, myself, and I, it's about God. And it's something that it should be taught, especially with the young people. Yeah, there is no fear. It says that perfect love removes fear. And so for me, when you create as a son, there is no fear that you don't have fear that somebody will judge your song on YouTube, or don't put a like on this, or you will have just 100 views and somebody is like a million. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because I believe your song God can use your song with 10 views to change somebody's lives, because He is sovereign God. So I will trust my Father. It takes me so long to discover. I used to be a guy who were practicing 12 hours a day on my piano just so everybody can accept me and love me. Yeah, so I think that's if there will be any one message to the people from me, is about this. For me, there are only two types of musicians: orphan spirited, who really wants to, who really needs to meet Father, Abba, and heart of sonship that they don't care about. Many times, I play and like there is a mistake or something on the live, and it's like, okay, I did mistake because it's not AI, it's me. I'm totally for proficiency, and when you record music and everything, to be like the best, like Bezalel. But I'm saying the same time, when you play and there's something, my attitude is okay. My Abba is still smiling on me, and I will not go into judgment. But as I say, the same time, guys, keep practicing. It's very important. I don't want to say, oh, let's put some ideology on that. Oh, God knows my heart. My guitar is not tuned, but I worship God. God loves me. No, I'm not saying that. Tune your guitars. Be the best. Be Bezalel minded.
Powerful, yeah. And Bezalel, he was given the ability to do, but also to teach. I think that's a very important part, also to be able to pass it on, to the next generation.
That's what we want to do with YUVAL.
Amen. And what you're saying about caring less, that's something that I've been praying. Lord, help me not to care so much. Like you're saying, to let that anxiety come in and things that shouldn't be there. We should focus on Him and really give back to Him what He's put on our hearts and given us. Pavel, thank you so much, brother. I love your heart. Yeah, I'm excited about the future, what the Lord has in store. Amen.